Alright, let's see if we can improve on that even more. It's gonna be interesting to run against the splits now. Alright, mash through select your weapon. And we start with Photon. There are 8 weapons to select in this version versus the 4 in arcade. And the weapons we will be using in the speedrun are not what you would typically use in a casual playthrough, or even a score run, necessarily. But we're using Photon right now because it's really powerful against bosses, can kill them really quickly, and also you tend to shoot fewer bullets with it, which means less opportunity to introduce lag. Which, if you want to know how much of a difference lag can make in this game, score runs typically take about 5 minutes longer than speedruns. At least. Don't mind me, I'm forgetting which phase we're up to here. Now we're up to more of these guys. I forgot they just throw that one extra guy in there in between other enemies. So, this is also the only weapon that has a charge mechanic. Which means that if I want to fire as fast as possible, I actually do have to kind of be mashing. Which I'm doing pretty much anytime that I have my options out. Please die, thank you. Oh, got both of them, nice. It's mid-boss time. Mid-boss is over. So, that's your demonstration on how much damage this weapon can do. And now we get to just chill out for a minute, because the game kind of, like, intends for you to take a certain amount of time on the mid-boss. But if you take longer than that, it will actually end up covering up subsequent enemy waves. So, like, you just wouldn't see these guys if you're still fighting the mid-boss. These guys I can actually just, like, park in front of. Not too long. Don't want to get hit by them. By their flame attack. But, like, you're actually safe there when they're first coming across the screen, which makes it easier to line up the first shot on them and get rid of them quickly, which we're going to want to do especially here because this is going to be the last formation before the boss. And the last formation before the boss is one you can actually save time on because the boss will spawn quicker. That was the boss. You didn't get to see what it actually does. Oh yeah, that was the funny thing, was that run actually had a slower stage 1. Alright, we're gonna switch weapon to explode. So, Photon is the only charged weapon, so this is gonna be rapid fire, but we're gonna want to be pretty specific in when we fire it. Don't worry about those guys. You want to be pretty specific about when we fire this because its fire rate is limited by the fragments that it breaks into. But the reason we're using this is because bosses on certain levels are very susceptible to this, in that you can get not only the main shot, which is already pretty powerful into them, but, like, all the fragments you can get to immediately embed into them as well, which means that, like, your fire rate is not as restricted. Well, excuse me. I'm just gonna hang out up here, because that gives me less traffic to weave through and more time to react to these guys. Well, that was a little close. I think my option might have actually protected me there. Now we got more of these enemies coming in from the back. They'll be mixed up with different enemies from the front this time. There's a little bit of lag. Oh, I lost track of where I was. Okay, we're fine. So, anytime you take a hit, you will be restored to 3 health at the end of the level anyway. Now I'm going to line myself up so that I can embed all of the explode shot into the boss. It's going to back up here so you can see that the shots actually don't fire as rapidly when the fragments escape. But it's easier to just stay lined up with where the boss is going to end up again. I figure I probably lost time on the formation right before the boss. We're going to switch weapon again. So, in the first stage, I ended with 3 shields, so I got a secret bonus of 100,000 points. Since I didn't end with 3 shield on the second stage, we didn't get that. In terms of weapon level, I'm pretty much aiming to be level 5 by a certain point in the next stage, so missing 1 secret bonus isn't the end of the world. I still missed him. Okay, whatever. If you fail to destroy the options circling the big yellow guys, they will eventually dive bomb at you. That's just the thing to be wary of. Okay, we got it that time. And time for the mid-boss of Stage 3. So, this stage is interesting because the speedrun actually informed the score run. Because you're going to see enemies show up pretty soon here. And if you use almost any other weapon against that mid-boss, you're still going to be fighting it. And you're not going to see these enemies, which means you're going to be getting fewer points. So, I actually use Photon for score runs for this level now, too. And time for the boss. There's phase 1. You almost saw it shoot. Oh, I released fire too soon, so that wasted time. You saw him shoot that time too. Ideally, you don't. deadly shrimp ship, yeah. The jumbo shrimp ship. Am I at exactly even, somehow? Alright, we got another secret bonus. We're gonna stick with Photon. We're almost at level 5, which is fine. In fact, if I gain level 5, like, early in this stage, I actually have to, like, keep that in mind. Keep it in mind because now I have a new option formation that I need to, like, push the button an extra time to cycle past. But that option formation is going to come in very handy. In a bit. I'll use it here too. This isn't where I absolutely want it by, but it helps here as well. And I'm just gonna park down here so that I can shoot enemies that are coming at this level. And let the options do everything else. Alright, so like, not the, oh, it's after this wave. And then there's gonna be like a few little red guys, and then after that is the wave that I really like to have this formation by, because it really helps get rid of stuff. Yeah, see? I actually got rid of all of them that time, which I feel like is really rare, even with this homing formation. Because you're somewhat at the mercy of, like, what they get distracted by next. And now we've got a revisit from Stage 2. And another revisit from Stage 2. Except they're red now, and I like to think it's because they're embarrassed that they couldn't get the job done in Stage 2. Now we took our options in because if we do anything here to fiddle around, it could cause more lag. Like, you can even tell, like, right at the tail end there, it's like when it started doing the explosion effect, it looked like it was causing a little bit of lag, and I wasn't even doing anything. And now for the boss that stymied myself and my dad when we were younger, in the 90s. And we're gonna stick with Photon for one more level. Was that remark about the regular shot with reference to, like, the enemies that I was taking care of at the bottom of the screen? I mean, those are popcorn enemies, to be fair. They don't have a ton of health. I mean, I've also avenged 90s myself. We both liked homing too much, and the problem with homing is, like, yes, it is the most versatile weapon because it'll basically, it can curve. It can correct its course at basically every frame. Problem is, it's really, really weak. So once you get to the stronger bosses, good luck. Like, I'm convinced stage 6 is nearly impossible with homing. I didn't want to deal with it. Because I have tried playing, like, every level with every weapon. Now here, I turned off my homing options because there are enemies in this stage that will... Like, these guys, not them, the smaller ones. But these guys, too, before they, like, fully come in, I think. These guys. See, I can shoot them and nothing will happen until they start moving. They're not vulnerable yet. So it's like in stage 4, they expect you to get the homing formation. It's like, oh boy, this is really good. And then in this stage, they're like, yeah, about that. Nice, I actually didn't get hit there this time. It's very common to get hit there. That was a mid-boss. Yeah, red 0 to green 0 on the splits. Alright, this time around we can use the homing because there's nothing to distract it. Nothing invincible to distract it, I should say. Because, yeah, these guys start flying in every so often. And we got more of these horizontal to vertical 90-degree dudes again. Yeah, that one got away. So did that one. Now there's enemies coming in from the background, and they will distract your homing options. Oh no, oh, I didn't miss a missile. Okay. And now for the boss. Whee! Oh, I got too close. It's fine. I might have actually killed it sooner because I got too close. I'm trying to get aggressive with that one. So that, like, my repeat rate is better on my main weapon. Alright, switch weapon again. To explode. And apparently that was a gold split, so, like, yeah, I guess I just YOLO'd it. Maybe I should just YOLO that boss. Holy shit, maybe that's the play. Maybe I need to do more investigation on that. I don't think I would want to use Explode on that level, though. Alright, I'm gonna actually... Okay, yeah, that was definitely less lag. And I did the worst possible thing there. I made that same mistake earlier this week. We still have 3 health, it's fine. But it probably did cause lag, so that probably wasn't fine, actually. Don't switch to homing yet. Now we can switch to homing. So we've been seeing some revisits from enemies from previous stages, especially stage 3. Oh, they actually got distracted this time. It usually doesn't happen with this weapon. That's much more likely to happen with Photon than with Explode. But it can happen with Explode too, where the dudes in the back distract the homing options if you kill the first 2 in the middle too quickly before the 3rd one comes in. Alright, and suddenly we have walls, which is important because this weapon can't shoot through walls. Which actually makes this weapon a little dicier for this segment than Photon would be. Oh, it got rid of that really fast this time, though. Like, I don't know, it's a little inconsistent from one playthrough to the next sometimes in terms of, like, whether it hits, or how quickly it hits things. What are you doing? Thank you. Now I'm gonna switch to this, because this guy is basically unhittable with the homing options. Because they basically line up inside the wall and do nothing. You're like, I'm helping. Alright, is anybody hungry? Because we're about to eat a boss. By which I mean we're just gonna face tank it so that we can be damaging it as rapidly as possible. Hit it with all of the explode fragments. Alright, and now... that should be good. Now we want to line up with the next boss. If you're familiar with the arcade version, this is actually the final boss in that version. If you were wondering what it does... sorry, I can't tell you. So in the arcade version, when you defeat that boss, you continue to the right, and then your options, like, destroy a thing, I guess, and then the game's over. That's clearly not happening here. Clearly our ship's pilot has his kids on board, and they just made him turn this ship around. I'm stealing that joke from Dead Camper. Pretty sure Dead Camper was the one who brought it up. We're gonna eat the last boss, too. What the hell, dude? That was sub 22, even with me, like, delaying the last not, you know, because I never hit the last split immediately. What did I just do? Well, I don't even have to look at the VOD to tell whether that one was a new world record. Right after the previous run was a new world record, and I did have to check the VOD. We actually got the sub 22. Don't ask me how, because I'm very confused. I mean, I know how on stage 5, but I don't know how I saved even more time on stage... I guess because I handled that first wave differently. Because last time I just avoided shooting it at all, but that clearly did generate some lag, so this time I did shoot it. And the scary thing is, we can probably still do this faster, because then I took a hit from the wave after that, which definitely caused some lag. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that for now. We've definitely hit the sub 22 mark. Well, so that's what I tried last time. If you're talking about stage 6. That's what I tried last time, was I didn't shoot at all in the first wave, but the problem is the enemies shoot so many bullets that it starts very visibly lagging. So that's why I did try. I did try shooting this time, but I did not detach my options. So, like, I specifically didn't go to the homing formation, I just did my neutral shot. In hopes that that would generate less lag than if I did detach the options. Because if you detach the options, then each option is firing bullets, and then your main ship, like, your ship is firing its main shot as well, so, like, detaching options and shooting generally does generate more lag than keeping it tucked in, because then you're just shooting one bullet at a time with either of the weapons that we're using in this run. But I think the thing I really have to do is experiment with face tanking the stage 5 boss even more. like I said before, though, I don't think I want to use Explode for that stage, because it would probably just cause... because of the fragmentation of the Explode projectile, that can also cause lag, because it's like, surprise, now you've got, you know, like 5 more things on screen or whatever. Or I guess 10, because, like, when you've got the options detached, it's shooting 2 at once, at least. So that can create a real mess. And I've definitely seen that cause lag. I mean, in Stage 6, you can see that cause lag a little bit. What score did we get? I think that was slightly lower than last time, but that's because... I think... So, like, the previous run, I had level 5 going into Stage 4. Whereas this time, I didn't quite have it yet. So, like, we knew that I scored less on the first 3 stages in this run. But... that's a minor detail. We're going for speed right now. A score run would get way more points than that regardless. But it would also take, like, at least 5 minutes longer.